Dear fellow weightlifter, I have a few questions I want to ask you. Please answer them honestly. Would you like to quickly and easily increase your bench press, so you can show off to your friends and lifting buddies in the gym, benching more than any of them? Would you like to drastically increase your power and strength, so you become bigger, better, faster, and stronger for your sport or hobby? Would you like to pack on some lean muscle mass, so you're proud and confident enough to take your shirt off and walk the beach? Would you like to have a powerful, muscular physique that turns heads and gets you noticed, so you can walk with your head high in the air, full of confidence? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I have some important news for you. In fact, I want to promise you something. And I swear that if you do this one thing, you're going to see more muscle and strength gains from your workouts than anything else you do. I mean it. It's the God's honest truth. So here's my promise. If you focus on increasing the amount of weight you lift on the bench press, you will gain more muscle mass. I promise you. In fact, if you increase your bench press by 20 or 30 pounds in the next month or so, you'll pack on at least 10 pounds of muscle. Maybe more. How can I say that? Because year after year, time after time, I've seen it happen so many times. You'll see right below how I was able to pack on 75 pounds of muscle mass between high school and college. Look, here's the truth. You're only going to gain muscle mass if you get stronger. Because when you force your body to lift more weight, you have to get stronger and add lean muscle mass to handle that additional weight. In other words, when you have to lift more weight, your body reacts to the additional stress you're placing on it by adding more muscle tissue. If you keep lifting the same amount of weight, over and over again, your body has no reason to get stronger or gain muscle. It can already handle the weight you're used to. But when you keep lifting more and more weight, your body must adapt, get stronger, and add muscle to keep handling that additional weight. That's how muscle gains are made. It's by continuously trying to get stronger. When that happens, your body adds more muscle mass to handle this additional stress that's placed upon it. If you're interested, please click on the link below the video to learn the full content. And you want to know what else? The more muscle mass your body has, the more calories you will burn, and the more body fat you'll lose, even when you're resting. It's true. Muscle mass is a very active tissue and it takes a lot of calories to maintain. Look, if you're skinny now, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have any fat to lose, so you'll just end up packing on more size and muscle. Back to the promise and why the best press is important. The bench press is the easiest lift to keep track of when it comes to recording your weights. It's easy to keep progressing up on the bench press. Most gyms have those little 2.5 pound plates you can keep adding. Other exercises are tougher to keep increasing weight on, because you can't keep going up in small increments. It's either 5 pounds, 10 pounds, or nothing. And that's a big jump and cannot be done every single week. But 2.5 plates could be a goal of yours every single week. It's doable and manageable. And guess what? Each time you lift a little more weight, your body will react by adding strength and muscle to handle that additional weight. If you're not focusing on the bench press, you're missing out on a ton of muscle and strength that could be yours. That's the single biggest reason you need to start focusing on lifting more weight on the bench, so you can gain more muscle mass. Not only that, the bench press is a very intense and demanding exercise for your entire body. When you do a heavy and intense bench press, you can shock your muscles into growing faster than they usually would. And because of the intensity of the bench, your body releases a ton of anabolic hormones into your bloodstream. Things like testosterone and human growth hormone. So bottom line, if you focus on increasing your bench press, and the amount of weight you lift on the bench press, you will gain muscle and lose fat. And as a result, you'll look bigger, more muscular, and also leaner. Again, I've seen it time and time again. Have you ever wondered why people are so obsessed with the bench press? I used to ask myself, what's the big deal with the bench press anyway? It didn't matter if it was at school with my friends, at work with my co-workers, or at the gym with my lifting buddies. Everyone would always ask me, how much do you bench? But over time, as I became more informed about exercise and muscle growth, I soon learned that the bench press did a lot more for your body than just about any other exercise. 3 reasons why you'll want to focus on increasing your bench press. As you probably already know, having a big bench press is like a badge of honor. Plain and simple, it gets you respect and attention in almost every area of your life. It's a measuring stick that you use with your buddies. The one with the biggest bench is usually the most respected. The strongest is usually the most respected, and most feared. Having a big bench usually means you're strong and in shape. In fact, my football coaches in college were dead serious about knowing how much I could bench press and tested it several times a year. You see, they knew something that most people don't. Increasing your bench press will also increase the amount of muscle mass you have on your entire body. It's true, and it's because of 2 reasons. First, when you keep lifting more and more weight, your body must add muscle mass so that it can handle that additional stress, weight, you're placing on it. And second, heavy intense lifts like the bench press releases anabolic hormones into your bloodstream, things like testosterone and human growth hormone. These are the male muscle builders that help you pack on muscle. The bench press is not just about boosting your ego, having a head-turning upper body, or about the ability to push people around on the field. When done correctly, which most people don't, the bench press uses every single muscle in your body. You stimulate the chest, shoulders, triceps, biceps, your back, and even your legs. If you're interested, please click on the link below the video to learn the full content. It's a fact that compound exercises that involve the most muscle groups give you the most results in the least amount of time. It's because you're using all of your muscles at the same time. And honestly, no upper body exercise involves more muscles and becomes more of a full body exercise than the bench press. So if you don't have a lot of time you can spend in the gym, focusing on the bench press is a surefire way that you're getting an intense, good workout in for your whole body. Why many people fail to focus on improving their bench? Maybe you know someone that struggles with the bench press. And the way they deal with it is by ignoring it. Or they say it's an overrated lift. The problem with this mentality is that by skipping this mass-building exercise, they're depriving their body of anabolic hormones that could be helping then pack on muscle mass. And they're not placing enough demands on their body so that they can gain muscle. Foolish, if you ask me. When you train the bench press the right way, you trigger a release of testosterone and growth hormone that helps all your muscles grow bigger and stronger. And as a result, you'll pack on more muscle mass, which will help you feel more confident in your appearance. We all know that jacked, muscular guys usually get attention, turn heads, and get others to notice. The number 1 mistake people make when failing to bench press more weight. I want to let you in on a little secret. Because there are so many muscles involved in the bench press, you don't want to neglect and forget them. In order to up your bench press max and start packing on muscle mass, you'll need to pay close attention to the other muscle groups that are involved in the lift. For example, just bench pressing more often will not help you gain strength or muscle. In fact, the opposite occurs. You actually lose strength and muscle if you start to benching too often. It's because you're overusing the chest muscles, but underusing your other muscle groups. Why most guys can't bench much weight. And what to do about it. So remember, bench pressing more often or several times a week will make you weaker. And you definitely do not want that. The secret is, start working the lats that stabilize the weight on the way down. Or the biceps that keeps the weight tight on your chest before pressing. Barbell rows and forearm strength will even help you bench press more weight, and these exercises will all help you build more muscle as well. The real secret to attaining a powerful looking physique is to combine strength training with bodybuilding principles in the same training. Doing this alone will help you increase your bench press, add more muscle mass, and get the kind of physique you've always wanted. Power building develops the rock-hard muscle that gets attention. Powerlifters compete in the squat, bench press and deadlift. And they get big and muscular because they're strong. Again, like I mentioned earlier, if you start lifting more weight than you usually do, your body must adapt in order to handle that weight. It does that by growing bigger and stronger. If you don't get anything else at all from this letter, just remember that, because that alone will give you more results than anything else you do. Bodybuilders, on the other hand, generally train for muscle growth and for aesthetics or looks. Not all bodybuilders are as strong as they look. Sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like me, you probably want to have strength, as well as the lean, muscular look. And believe me, you can. Not only is it possible, strength and size go hand in hand. If you try to get stronger, each and every week, you're going to get more muscular. It's just a fact. So if you're looking to gain muscle as well as strength, you need to start focusing on lifting more weight. I dare you to find a guy who bench presses 400 pounds that doesn't have a powerhouse body to match. Here's the fastest and easiest way to increase your bench press and skyrocket your muscle and strength gains. If you currently struggle with the bench press and you'd like to really increase the amount of weight you lift, I'm going to help you right now. If you'd like to gain more muscle mass, so that you feel more confident and attractive, I'm going to help you. If you'd like to excel in your school's sport, and become the stronger, faster, go-to guy for your team, I'm going to help you. And if you'd like to lose a little bit of unwanted body fat, maybe the love handles you have around your waist, I'm going to help you. My best-selling and newly revised Critical Bench Program 2.0 will help you increase your bench press by up to 50 pounds in 10 weeks, while packing on muscle in the process. Even if you have long arms, shoulder pain, wrist pain or subpar genetics like me, this program is a guaranteed way to help you build a 200, 300 or 400 plus pound bench press. You'll join over 10k other people that have been amazed with the results they've gotten from Critical Bench Program 2.0. These are people who have been very pleased when reaching the goal of more weight lifted on the bench, as well as more strength and muscle as a result. If you're interested, please click on the link below the video to learn the full content.